Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a 2v2 with players you may know and love. It's Clem and Reynor versus Marine Lord and Serral. A bit of the younger crowd versus the older crowd here. The Zerg players are off racing, the Terran players are playing their original race, and let's go ahead and introduce them here on Emerald City. Top side of the map, Team North, we have the purple Protoss player, Reynor. I don't think I've ever seen Reynor play Protoss before. And his teammate, the red Terran player, Clem. Both 18 years old, you guys. They are very, very terrifying. And in the bottom, we have Team South, the blue Terran player, Marine Lord. And right next door, a world champion in Serral, who is playing Protoss today. I am so excited for this. This replay is from Wardy. If you don't know who Wardy is, just check out the link in the description. He casts original StarCraft content. He funds his own tournaments and casts professionally. And if you don't know who he is and you know who Falcon Paladin is, I'm not entirely sure what to tell you. Just go ahead and click the link to his YouTube channel and his Twitch stream and tell him that Falcon sent you. All right, man. I am so excited. I haven't got a 2v2 or a team game in StarCraft 2 for a very long time, it feels like. All right, so blocking off the probe, just mineral walks. Just scouting, says Reynor. And if you've never seen a player of this caliber off race before, let me just tell you that I'm pretty darn sure that Reynor's Protoss and Serral's Protoss are equally, just equally terrifying, right? I think that would be safe to say. And hey, if you didn't catch the TrovoCast that I did last Friday night, holy smokes. It was the Falcon, it was the Laughing Falcon Invitational, I believe what we called it, with Laughing Games out on Trovo. It's a new streaming site. We had these players. We had Solar, Zest, Dong Regu, and Innovation as the 4 players in this invitational. It was something to behold, man. Holy crap. It was incredible stuff there. If you ask nicely, I'll put a link to the VODs in the description, because the VODs are going to be on YouTube out on Laughing Games channel if you want to check those out. And if you want to catch them live, again, I'll put a link to Laughing Games Trovo channel too, if you're interested in that sort of thing. I feel like you probably should be, because man, it is how Falcon gets to cast live incredible StarCraft, or at these Africa World and Trovo events. That's where these come from. Anyway, nothing too crazy going on. Production tab says we're expanding. Yes, by golly, both players, or both teams, and all the players involved here already have their expansions up. Nobody going for any crazy one-base style attack. Defending very nicely against Reaper Harass. Fare thee well, Reaper. I don't usually give Reapers names in team games just because it's a little tricky to do so. A lot of stuff going on. Anyway, Oracle is on the way here from Reynor. Oh, hang on. Did he cancel that? Or did it finish? I think he canceled that and went for a Phoenix instead. Again, Phoenix so good in team games. Phoenix can control a lot and then just leave kind of the rest of the stuff to the teammate and generally be okay. It's a weird setup. If you haven't played any team games in StarCraft, let me tell you, that is something that definitely happens. We know red versus blue this. Can we red versus blue this? I just realized we can't. All right, fine. So it's man, it's just, I guess, Team Blue versus Team Red and Purple, which we can roll with that, right? I think that's pretty easy to keep straight in our brains who's on what team right now. See, Red and Blue fighting. A Cyclone out for Clem, which these Hellions are pretty horrible against, but eventually we'll get some stuff done. A depth shading in from Reynor to chase these Hellions away. They do bonus damage versus the Hellions. The Hellions do bonus damage to them as well. And man, if you weren't watching TSL 6, I believe it was, over the weekend out on Twitch, that was an amazing tournament too. Serral versus Showtime was a great series. Maru is bringing back Widowmine drops to TVZ. He did it against Solar to great effect. I mean, some incredible series out there. TSL, great organization. I don't remember if they released their replays or not. Hope they do. Anyway, a bit of a harass here for Marine Lord, getting chased away by a combination Marine Adept, well, kind of Adept setup here, as there's one Adept from Reynor. What is he doing? Production tab says just double pumping Phoenix, man. He's going for all of the Phoenix right now. +1 air on the way from Serral. And he's going Phoenix too. All right, so our Zerg players are going 1,000,000 Phoenix an hour. It's going to be Phoenix versus Phoenix battles. And on the Terran side of things, Marine Lord seems to be going potentially a little more traditionally on the side. Well, let's see what this is. Factory. No, he's meching it. All right, so it's going to be Mech Phoenix. And it sure seems like that's what we're seeing from Team North, too. Although that's a lot of Marines from Clem. But Cyclones at the same time. And some Vikings to try to help in these air battles. Oh, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy stuff right now. I'm going to extra zoom out maybe in these team games. Extra zoom might not be a bad idea. Crikey. Alright, so Phoenix flying in. We've got turrets, though. The Phoenix don't like taking turret shots at all. I mean, they hate turret shots more than they hate Spore Crawler shots, and they do hate those a lot, too. Third base on the way from Reynor at 5 minutes in a team game is pretty aggressive stuff. Honestly. Meanwhile, Hellion attack. Oh, nice split from Reynor. He knows what to do with workers when Hellions show up, that's for sure. Looks like we're trying to expand over here from Marine Lord and maybe down here for Serral. And yeah, the aggressors right now are Marine Lord and Serral. That Phoenix ball, what does our Phoenix count? 10 to 16. Serral has way more Phoenix, but the Cyclones and the Vikings are some much needed added just oomph against what Serral is rolling with here. He has more Phoenix, but the extra damage from the Vikings and the Cyclones is enough to make them kind of hate their lives. Free shots. That's not what you want on your Phoenix, dude. That is just Phoenix, man. Everybody's making Phoenix. Also, Fleet Beacon now on the way from Reynor, probably for a Nion Pulse Crystal, giving the Phoenix extra range, which is really good in Phoenix versus Phoenix battles here. Third base coming up from Marine Lord does get scanned by Clem. Clem's third base is done. Reynor's third base is done, so they're just ahead economically compared to their southern opponents. The southern opponents, though, getting a little bit scary going for it here. Oh, the Phoenix battles. It's so hard to even tell who's on top here. It's like Muta versus Muta battles. I'm not quite sure what we're doing. Oh, a Widowmine shot or two would be amazing against these Phoenix of Serral's. The aggression's looking pretty intense right now. Third base is completely evacuated. Has Serral won? Oh, Widowmine shot does actually take out a couple Hellions instead of the Phoenix ball. Shield battery overcharges here. Trying to save the day against these Phoenix, but the aggression is real. Shield battery's helping, but Reynor's Phoenix ball is down to nothing. The Phoenix battles have belonged to Serral here. Oh boy, this is what good Phoenix play can do for you. In a team game, you just absolutely wreck all of the probes in the house. Widowmine does get a shot off there, but Reynor is down to 58 supply. Reynor says, are you abusing the system? Reasonable assumption. Blue Flame Hellions show up. I think Team North might have expanded a little bit too greedily. In all honesty, I mean, for heaven's sakes, this is, again, if you've never seen Mass Phoenix do this in a team game before, I don't know what to tell you. It is really, really frustrating to play against. I feel like there's not much you can do. It's usually something we see against Terran, or against Zergs, though. Not as much against a Terran Protoss team, but that's your good game. Game one over. And we've got a second game coming up here for our team game Palooza here today from Wardy. So that was crazy. That was just Serral, again, abusing the system, right? Going for that incredibly, incredibly fast Phoenix count. He ends up with 20. He loses 13 of them, but he's able to kill 21 of Reynor's Phoenix. And yeah, and Phoenix versus Phoenix action. Whoever wins that one is generally gonna win the game. There's not a lot you can do. Do you feel like some cannons would be amazing there? Like cannons against the Hellions that were there from Marine Lord. Just good against the Hellions and good against the Phoenix. I'm not entirely sure why we were against cannons in that situation, but yeah, resources lost just hugely, hugely favoring Team South. We'll see what the rematch is against these two teams. I believe it's the same two teams in Game 2 of the Sneaky Twofer, but that was a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and move on to our next match of the day. Hit that like button if you're enjoying it, and we'll be right back. All right, Game 2 is here on Poca, the Ladder Edition. Team South, again, it is our team Young Kids, the Teal Terran player Clem, and his neighbor, the Blue Protoss player Reynor. In the top side, though, we've got ourselves at Team North. It is the purple team. Well, purple player Marine Lord and his teammate Serral, who is Protoss. Let's go ahead and give them... We'll call this a best of 3, I guess. We only have one more game, but we'll give them a 1. Anyway, Serral does win the Phoenix Wars pretty effectively. I've never actually cast a game on Poca before. I haven't played it 2v2 in a while. I usually like 3v3s for my team games. No, actually, I think I have played on this map once or twice before. This is really familiar. This, like, weird dinosaur shrine thing going on. It's very strange stuff, map maker, but hey. It's a pretty map anyway. I like the flags, the little torches burning. Do we have any gold bases we can take? Maybe the... Nope, not the super far away risky bases to take. Those are not gold. And hard to defend. So, are we going to see the same thing? Are we just going to see more Phoenix out of Serral and Reynor? Or are we going to mix it up a little bit? Are we going to change things for those of us who are interested in seeing things change? Anyway, I guess I didn't mention this, but this is in a 1440p here on YouTube. So that's an option to you if you want to watch it in 1440p. I just barely started doing this. Yesterday's cast was the first one I ever did, and it was with some settings that maybe weren't super ideal. There might have been a little bit of stuttering in that ZVZ Best of 5 that I cast, which, by the way, watch that. It has some of the best ZVZ play I've ever seen in my life from those two players. It's Reynor, right? So if you're a Reynor fan and you click this, you probably want to watch that too. Anywho, what's going on in this game? Well, I'm going to go with a very solid, not much. Everybody macroing up. Nobody seems to be doing any kind of a cannon rush or anything, although this is a proxy from Reynor. So I got to imagine this is going to be Oracle. Oracle proxy. This air distance, this air rush distance is not very far. It's a nice place to proxy here from Reynor. He has got this thing absolutely figured out. Meanwhile, Serral's opening Stargate, which we are not surprised by at all. Oh, Twilight Council. Is Reynor maybe going DT here? I would kind of really love DT. And keep an eye on that production tab for him. But guess what? Second Stargate from Serral. He's just doing the Phoenix play again. But this time, let's see what Reynor is up to. He's not going to try to keep up in the Phoenix count because he literally cannot. This gas income, it tells me it's got to be a Dark Shrine. This Dark Shrine at sub 3 minutes. Oh, it's so cheeky. 249. It's a Dark Shrine. Look at that in 1440p, warping in. So beautiful. Such beauty for those of you who watch it that way. Actually, I just realized, can you technically watch a 1440p cast on a 1080p monitor? Does it look bad or does it look extra nice? I don't know how graphics work, you guys. I'm not good at this. I'm sure somebody smarter than me in the comments can explain it. Maybe I'll pin your comment. How's that sound, huh? For educational purposes. Alright, so what I feel like in the last game, Marine Lord didn't necessarily carry his own weight, and he's got to be feeling gross about that. So he is going for the Hellions like he did in game number 1. Clem on the other side of it has his Hellions cruising out across the map. And a Cyclone there too, and hasn't really committed to, well, I guess, 2-fac opening. Yeah, 2-factory opening is going to be that mech. So let's, is he just going to, does he have a Robo? Reynor does not have a Robo, so he's just going to have to walk these DTs in, which is interesting. Look at the Phoenix just owning these poor Hellions and deciding to pull back. Anyways, Marine Lord Widow. Oh, Hellion dropping. Okay, alright. This is sneaky. I'm on board with the sneak right now. Look at that unload. Alright, this is nice. Getting some revenge here. Whoosh. Whoosh. Getting some good damage done. And he's like, why doesn't Reynor have anything in his base? Guess what? DTs have arrived. Full evacuation approach. These DTs getting Hellions scanned into oblivion. He gets outside of the scan radius with 1 HP and continues to go after these SCVs. Okay, the DTs are putting on quite a show right now. There's not a ton of detection. There we go. Finally takes that one down. This guy is still alive. And meanwhile, looks like the Hellions did get cleaned up down here to the south. I got so distracted by the Dark Templar. Oh, this is so good. This DT stuff is so good right now out of these players. All right, so it's 37 and 31 workers for Team North, 34 and 31 workers for Team South. Revelation does get tossed down by those oracles, but Hellions roasting up some of them probes. Kavoosh. Kavoosh, they say. Do you have enough? I don't know if you have enough Phoenix to do this. Team South actually looking kind of fantastic. Phoenix getting picked off. A Widowmine does get a shot off here. Phoenix are trying to make sure that Cyclone count does not get as high as it wants to, and they're sacrificing a lot of Phoenix to make that happen. Oh, trying to burn down this Archon before it finishes, and the Hellions. It's a weird composition. You can't lift the Archon because it's massive. I guess Oracles do enough damage against it to be a problem. So both teams taking some hits there. 12 probes killed for Serral, 4 for Reynor, or for Marine Lord rather, 4 for Clem, and 10 for Reynor. Alright, so the DT shenanigans don't seem to be working exceptionally well. Once again, the Phoenix from Serral are just much. Man, if you ever, if you ever want to tell yourself that Serral wouldn't be as good as he is if he wasn't playing Broken Zerg, like this is as good Phoenix play as you're ever going to see in a team game from a Protoss player. This is crazy, crazy good Phoenix control. Also, the state of Zerg versus Terran and Protoss is not as overpowering as it has been in years past. And Serral is still doing alright for himself, so I don't know. These are the questions we're asking. See, this is where the problems come in. This is where you just don't have any cannons or any kind of anti-air at all. You have to make the Cyclones come over. There you go. Widowmine zoning them out there, killing a couple. There you go. A couple Phoenix going down. Archon's trying to attack with some Stalker support. I love this. Oh, big time hits there. Doing a lot of damage to the Void Race. Shield battery, healing up, and then recalling home. Because he recognizes that there is a problem. He needs something to deal with the Phoenix attacks on his mineral line. Right now, nobody at 100 supply at 7 minutes, which is what I like to see. It means we are scrappy. Whoosh. Whoosh. Hellion attack sounds are very fun. Look at this mass Widowmine Cyclone play out of Clem, though. I love it, actually. Like, alright, so I'm going to use my Cyclones to do stuff. If you come try to pick them up, we're just going to Widowmine you into oblivion, sir. Pull back. Widowmine does kill a Phoenix. That's exactly what we're going for. Bunch of Hellions getting wiped out by the Widowmines here, too. Widowmine, good unit. For all, again, who didn't see what Maru did in TSL against Solar. Good unit. Dark Templar merging with another Dark Templar to make an Archon. Not sure lore-wise how that works exactly, but this is going pretty well for Clem and Reynor all of a sudden. I mean, if you're on this side of the map, and it is a shield battery overcharge setup right now, it is really keeping that Void Ray alive much longer than it should be living. It's actually going to survive this attack in all of this abject chaos because of that shield battery overcharge. That was amazing. And it looks like they're going to be able to hold this off. Team North is going to shut this down. Shield battery overcharge, man. Healing just thousands of damage there. That was amazing, amazing stuff. Serral taking a third base in the meantime. A Marine Lord doing the same thing, but I guess Reynor's on his third, and Clem's on his third too. So this is turning into a bit of a better game, I think, than game number 1 was, where it was just Mass Phoenix won the day. But guess what? Serral still has Mass Phoenix and the Void Ray, but he's got 10 Phoenix, 4 Void Rays, and a couple Oracles. Okay. I'm on board with the strategy. Cyclones. Yeah. Okay. 3 extra Phoenix go down there. Attack up here with some slow Zealots and Archons. Not going to do a lot against 4 Void Rays, it turns out. Gee willikers, Batman. Fleet Beacon coming in from Serral. He's probably going for the Ion Pulse Crystal, or just straight up going for carriers. That might not be a bad idea here, although you don't see a lot of carriers against Terran or against Protoss. Yeah, in PvP it can be pretty good. Against Terran it can also be good, but less often. Clem, again, taking that 6 o'clock base Aruni. More Dark Templar on the way here from Clem. That's what he's been doing today. And Reynor taking a bit of a ninja fourth in what feels like an easily scouted location, especially since Serral has this Phoenix ball rolling around. I don't know. We'll see if that gets discovered or not. And it is carrier production from Serral. All right, fair enough. See, this is the problem. Shield batteries do not protect your guys. I mean, shield battery overcharge makes it harder. Gosh, even with shield battery overcharge, look at these Phoenix just wiping out probes anyway. Absolutely disgusting. Phoenix, good unit, man. Too good unit. I love that Serral's expanding. Does he not see this?
Ready to raise some hell.
He doesn't know this is here. Wow. All right, DT's going to wander into siege tank cannon fire, though. Not exactly what you want at all. Bit of an attack there for Marine Lord, gets cleaned up. I don't know what was attacking here, but Widowmines took care of it eventually, so that's nice. Hellions trying to take down this Dark Shrine and actually warping in some DT to try to stop it. Not sure that was the right idea, however. I don't know how Protoss buildings burn exactly. I'm not sure that they're made out of wood. But man, these Phoenix, again, just putting in all of the work. All of it. Resources lost, 8,000 combined for Team North. 15,000 combined for Team South. And it seems like Serral, with his darn Phoenix, might just be too much right now. However, this is a nice attack from Clem, wandering into a entirely undefended fourth base of Marine Lords. Not what you want to see here, but the Void Ray Carrier... Okay, so it's basically everything from Team North is here to clean this up. Fair enough, I guess. Scanning to get rid of the Widowmines. Wonderful stuff. This is still here, which I think is absolutely fantastically hilarious. Phoenix getting some damage done, but also maybe want to go back and help with this a little bit, but it does seem like we finally cleaned this thing up. Marine Lord got the Thors out in production. Clem making dem battle cruisers. Dem battle cruisers are almost operational. Phoenix killing a nice SCV transfer down here to the south. 4 carriers at a time in production. Serral's at 164 supply, Reynor's at 142, Clem at 134, and Marine Lord at 163. So Team North, more supply combined right now. Phoenix, we're not making any more of these, but they are getting a lot of work done for units that are not being produced anymore. Trying to get the old Widowmine burrow under the Phoenix clump play going. Is he finally... Ah, I see. Reynor's up here to take out this base. He still has the scouting information that it's here and everything because, you know, his buildings are still present, which I think is still so funny. Recall's out of there with his Archons. Phoenix, completely undefended mineral lines are the Phoenix delicacy. He's one of their favorite things of all time. Clem defending against some Marine Lord Hellbats with the siege tanks. First tanks of the day I think we've seen out of Clem. Battle cruiser production still coming in here from Clem too. This is turning into a much crazier game for sure. Where is the... Where's the carrier? Was this played when there were released interceptors? What is going on? Oh, it's right here. God, it's so blind. Good. Battle cruisers jumping on top of Marine Lord's tanks. Thor in wrong attack mode here to deal with these things. Oh, is this our problem? Serral defending Marine Lord's tanks a little bit here from these battle cruisers. Nice Yamato on that carrier, wiping it out. Archon's getting that splash damage out on those interceptors too, really making the carriers more worthless than they have any right to be. Carriers do end up taking... No, they do take down the Nexus. All right. So Reynor loses one of his Nexuses. He's officially on 2 base. Nope, 3 base. Okay, this has actually remained hidden.
Our allies are engaged.
No, it has not. They just haven't actually killed it yet. Strange. Strange enough. Alright, so Battlecruiser Stalker here. A lot of probes hanging out for Reynor. Not what you want to see whatsoever. Marine Lord showing up to Clem's undefended on the ground base anyway. He's got a couple turrets, but has to warp over some Battlecruisers to clear this stuff out. And it seems like Team North is just kind of picking Team South apart here. Those Wanderers with some blue flame Hellions, or Hellbats rather. Widowmine's getting some shots off, but working together here as Team North, and that is what's so important in team games, is the working together aspect. I mean, Serral's maxed out, Marine Lord is maxed out. Tank, Sky Toss, working together is kind of a beautiful thing to behold. Going against other Protoss and Terran players. This is, yeah, that's your good game. Reynor taps out. He's got nothing left, and bam, Serral and Marine Lord win your 2 games today in our sneaky kind of best of 3 scenario. Absolutely hilarious. That was amazing. Serral is just like, you know what's really good is Sky Toss. I'm just going to get Sky Toss today. And he did. And it worked out incredibly well. Yeah, resources lost are just massive. It's 22,000 combined for Team North, Serral and Marine Lord, and 42,000 combined lost for Clem and Reynor. So the old guys still got it. The young up-and-comers, maybe not quite ready to take on the current generation. Although Reynor has made it to a WizCon final, so whatever, it's fine. Clem is also extremely good. I expect good things from him to wrap up the season here, too, to wrap up 2020. So really, really fun stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun casting it. Team games are very fun. I'd like to catch some more if I can find some more to cast. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void in 1440p. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.